Even though I'm on the monkey watch today, you see I had my little taser with me because I had to tase the monkeys. I heard two of them in Chicago. And it never fails. Why I go to Dunkin' Donuts and two crackheads, one in a wheelchair and a female standing up with every other in their mouth. Look like a picket fence. I'm telling you, I don't care what neighborhood you live in. You gonna run into somebody asking you for a quarter. I like to know, what the fuck can you buy for a quarter? Or any change that you may have. It could be 2 cents. And they'll take it. So when they start walking up to me, I just tase them. Because that's what the government is going to do to them anyway. They purging them. They're shooting them. They putting fentanyl. They putting pure heroin, pure cocaine out here. So they getting rid of them. I ain't got to do nothing. Just roll up my window. Put the damn top up on my damn convertible. Back to my little young ones. When you buy insurance, make sure you get whole life insurance. Number 1, it collects interest. Number 2, you can borrow off of it. If you have a $150,000 life insurance policy, and say something came up and you need about $300-$400, and you don't want to ask the motherfucker because they gonna come back and rub it in your face, you can go ahead on and borrow it off of your life insurance and then pay it back. If you don't pay it back, of course it decreases your life insurance policy. Also, if you own a home, put it in a trust. Even while you're paying the mortgage on the home, put it in a trust. Yes, you have to pay a company to hold your deed in a trust. But when it comes time to you possibly losing your home, you got a little bit more wiggle way when you got a trust. Even though this house is paid for, it's still in a trust. Chicago Title and Trust Company. That if anything happens to me, I've designated who's going to be over my trust. Who's going to make sure that my son is taken care of. Who's going to make sure that the bills and everything get paid. And who's going to make sure that if this disease gets any worse in his body. And the two that I chose are doctors. My niece and her husband. Yes, they're a biracial couple. Yes, they live in Atlanta. Yes, they live in Ephrata, Atlanta. So I know they're not money hungry because they making well over 6 figures. My niece works in the emergency room. Her husband is an intern. So they'll be caring for my son from Atlanta. If push comes to shove, I'll have to buy a home in Atlanta. As I age, I'm older than a lot of you all know. But when you eat right, you don't stress. Stress will kill you. When you are sincerely trying to do the deeds asked of you, they always say black don't crack. I done seen a whole lot of black crack. Because they own crack. And they own them spirits, that alcohol. That people don't read bottles where it say spirits. Moonshine, because they made it at night. And it was made by the white Southerner. Alcohol will make you look 10 years older than what you are. And Snoop got to be doing something other than smoking weed, because he looked like he older than me. Back to investing. You're not too young right now to buy life insurance. Trust you're not. Even on your 401k, you can borrow money off of that. It'll decrease the amount that you put in there, but you can always pay it back. When you go to a bank and it says FDIC, that means absolutely nothing. It is a separate entity that is not regulated by anyone. It's not regulated by the government. So when you see that FDIC insured, that just means that they're going to insure your money up to $250,000 if history repeats itself and Wall Street falls and the banks and people, and history always repeats itself. That's why a lot of people, especially elderly people, don't keep their money in the bank. My son gets Social Security. I don't use that damn card. That's an easy way to track you. I don't want to be tracked. Damn, I want to have some privacy. But you watch what they're going to do to Chicago. Your ass is going to have ID. You're going to have to report where you're going, who you're going to see if you don't live in the city. And you have to be out the city by a certain time, because they made voucher homes, private, not through the state, private voucher homes out in where? Right by Great America, Round Lake Beach, Elmhurst, all out in that territory. They pushed them niggas so far out when they tore down the projects, and they made sure that they put a grocery store within walking distance. They knew how much they were getting on their EBT card. They knew how much money they were getting in cash. And the train stopped coming to the city at midnight on Friday. And it didn't start back up until 5 o'clock on Monday. So if your ass, you couldn't afford a car because you had to pay your light, your gas. They paid your rent. But see, they know how much money you get. And they knew, we can get these niggas out here. And it's brand new, all nice. And the city can be okay, because we got them in control out here in these weeds. And they can't complain, because we got a grocery store right here. And we know they can't afford a car. So, Great America, to get to the city, you talking about Gurnee, Illinois. That's a good, maybe hour and a half, 2-hour drive. How the hell you gonna get home and the train stop? They real slick here, real slick. And all you ought to have those upper echelon, as they call them, vouchers. They gave you until the first of the year to move, and they're not going to help you. It's up to you to find a place. Those are the ones that live on Division, on Diversey, up there where, the young and up and coming kids that graduated out of college and they have jobs now and they're making over 6 figures. But because the building was subsidized, some of the money by the city, they have to allow so many apartments to be Section 8. But you tell me, if you want to live in a condo that you paid over $500,000 for, and you got some niggas on the 16th floor out on the balcony screaming down at the person on the street, that's some shit I ain't never seen before either. You know them white people wasn't gonna take that. You on the 16th floor and you screaming trying to talk to somebody down on the street. That's like the nigga doorbell honking the horn when you get in front of somebody's house, or standing outside and calling their name. That's the nigga doorbell. You got a damn cell phone, call a person. Don't be sitting out there honking the damn horn. It's going to be about 90 degrees today. So expect to see about 8 or 9 people dead. Expect to see about 30 or 40 shot. I think I'm going to go up to the Mexican beach today and hang out with the El Español poppies, with the poppies out there. They don't like real dark-skinned people out there. Mexicans and blacks, we kind of at each other's throat. It's a little war going on over here. So they don't know what I am. They have no idea. I have the Puerto Rican sign on me because of DNA. They can tolerate Puerto Ricans, but Mexicans really don't like Puerto Ricans. And Puerto Ricans really don't like Mexicans. Why, I don't know. And black people don't like Mexicans because they say they taking all the jobs. And black people built America. But who is keeping America up? The Mexicans. Go to a McDonald's after they get all the Mexicans and take them all back to Mexico. You're going to be in line for at least 3 days. We like to pick and choose where we want to work, knowing that we need a job, knowing that we need some money. But here we go again, so worried about what somebody gonna say and tease you because you're grown and you know that you need some money, you know you need a job. And here at McDonald's, they pay $15 an hour. But you'll find so many Negroes. I don't want to work at McDonald's. I don't want to work at McDonald's. But when they cut that voucher system, that's going to be the second party I'm going to have. Because up north, where I used to live, it's cutthroat now. It's real cutthroat. Can't go on Howard Street because it's nothing but African and Haitians up there. And they got it on lock with them drugs. And the lights are not on. So when you get off the train, you in darkness. Have I driven through there? When I wanted something? Yeah. But I was just thinking of other ways for you to invest your money instead of giving your blood. Don't you, I'm going to tell you again, don't you dare put down on your driver's license that you want to be a donor. Don't you do it. My father died from malpractice and didn't tell us. There's no time of death or anything on there. He was 76. They had nerve to call my mother and ask her, did she want to donate his eyes? What the hell do you want with a 76-year-old's eyes? That's the least they could do after not calling the family and telling us that he had passed away and they had already prepared his body. So when we got there, there was tape on his ears, there was tape on his eyes, and all along they were telling us that he was alive on a ventilator. They do have black doctors here, right on 71st Street, that give of their time 3 days out the week for black men. Because our black men don't like to go to the doctor. Ever since, and I don't know why Kendrick Lamar did an album with Taylor Swift, Bad Blood. Bad Blood. Again, you don't know your history. That came from the syphilis experiment. And as I told you, that experiment did not end until 1974. Penicillin has been out longer than that. And there are families that are still suffering from the effects of syphilis. And the amount of money that the government is paying them is little of nothing, because they gave those men syphilis, didn't tell them what they were giving them. They went and slept with their wives. The babies came out infected, and now it's in the DNA and it's genetic. So black men are scared to go to the doctor because they've been experimented on so much. When you go on a job interview the job too. Interview the company too. Because if another one of my sons come here and tell me that they have a job, and I ask them, how much are they paying you an hour? And they tell me, I don't know. When I ask them, so what are the benefits? Is there room for growth? Is there room for you to be promoted? I don't know. I just look at them and shake my head. Interview the companies that you are going to work with. Know something about the company. I go through so many resumes where people couldn't spell. They didn't know how to do a resume. They would put it on pink paper. They put it on blue paper, on purple paper, so it could stand out. And then the ones that I thought had the skills, call them up on the phone and do a phone interview to try to set them up to come in for an interview. And I'm getting, what, people screaming and hollering in the background. And then they come in and you ask them a question and they stand there and stare at you. You all get together, start networking. Fuck these old ass people, including me. including me, start networking. Black women can get a small business loan faster than a black man. All these t-shirts. I wish I would pay $40 for a t-shirt. The machine to make the damn t-shirt is only $600. You can make 3 at one time. My son is into technology, so he can make all the stuff. I'm coming out with a line of t-shirts, but it won't be any phrase or anything off of YouTube. It's going to be educational. And I know how to market it. And all these people doing all these damn t-shirts with Bones and Kentucky Fried Chicken and all these names of companies. Like one girl was doing Cheetos that I knew. Grown ass people walking around, somebody died and they got their picture on the front of her. I don't know why we do shit like that. Cause somebody in my comments, leave that answer for me. Why when somebody die, does everybody in the family get a t-shirt with the person's face on it, the year they were born, and the year and date they died? When did we start doing that? Or as vloggers say, make it make sense. I know you want to remember the person. I'm quite sure you have pictures because you needed a picture to get the t-shirts done. And I was not kidding. See, they got an all-black cemetery. And all black people are buried at this one particular, there was two. Harold Washington is over on 63rd. But this one is out in the suburbs. And they had black people running the cemetery. Emmett Till's, those of you who know the story of Emmett Till, he was from Chicago. His casket was buried. Do you know these niggas been digging these caskets up and reselling them? Don't leave no jewelry on the flesh. They was taking jewelry. They was burying caskets on top of caskets. Where they do that at in Chicago? What kind of people do that type of stuff? Black people. So you have now, again, at the same cemetery that the state didn't do anything about, but fire the people. Back out there trying to find their loved ones. Where were you buried? I won't let my son go out there where his mother was buried. And he can't find her headstone because these niggas have dug up all these damn caskets. Open up your small businesses. Don't tell anybody what you're doing. Get it patent so nobody else can steal your idea. Understand marketing, how to market. If you're a vlogger, you have so many ways to market, so many ways other than YouTube. Market your merchandise, sell it at a reasonable price because you're trying to make your money back. And if you don't have the resources to start a company or to start doing t-shirts and merch, if you don't have at least 2 years worth of savings, because you should not expect to recoup your money It's going to take at least 2 years to recoup your money. And anybody in the music industry understands recoup. That's what they do here. When I put down Chief Keef, Gold Territory, and people didn't know what I was talking about, y'all know Chief Keef is a rapper. You all know that he can never come back to Chicago. Never. When he gives a show, it has to be in hologram. He run the Glow Boys over up in Parkway Garden. That used to be filled with teachers, educators, that if you go in there now, I used to go there and take, nigga, you done ate some of my damn food? Get your ass out of here. Get your big ass out of here. Your ass ate. And you fucking with my food. Take your big ass somewhere and lay it down. Damn. Shit, I'm skin and bones. I wish I could pick up weight for people my age. I wish I could. I still weigh the same as I weighed when I was in high school. 149 pounds. And no matter how much I eat, I can't put on no more weight. And like I said, I'm older than Miss Olivia. And I can't get it. But anyway, you all interview your jobs. Know something about the company. Do these internships. Microsoft gives free internships. Microsoft gives free internships. You can take the program online. There's another city, like where Facebook and all them are located. It's in Florida. See, when you network with people, you find out a lot about a lot of things, especially with the Caucasian, because they know. And I happen to be sitting with one, and he told me about how he took his son to a facility that's nothing but technology, and they rolled him around in a golf course. And took them from building to building, and they have internships. Do internships. So that way when you graduate and you got that damn student loan kicking you in your face, you got some money coming in. But I'm not watching my son's friends who graduated in programming, graduated in animation, that are working in jewels, working in factories, not working in their field. Number one, they're either black or Hispanic. And his white friends, shit, their parents are rich. So all they require of their children is to just get a little job so they don't have to keep coming to them and asking them for money. That one of them's daddy is the architect on the Obama landmark that they're building here. The assignment I gave my son is to start learning bears and bulls, the difference between it, to start picking out some stock, tracking the stock. I was taught in 5th grade because it was all white over here, and we had to pick at least 3 pieces of stock, and every Monday stand up before the class and explain how much money we made off of our stock, why we should keep it, and if we should sell it. So I'm doing If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm doing the same thing with him because it's going to be some things happening. And I made sure that my son will never, ever, 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 ever have to work. Ever. Ever. Never, ever. And I want to see how he handles money. He's disabled. He's always going to have a caretaker. But his mind is not disabled. He's living through this disease. But his mind hasn't been taken from him. So I want him to live independently with a caretaker for as long as he is physically able to. And when it gets to the point to where he can no longer live away from my niece and my nephew, he's going to have to move to Georgia. So when I hear people on here, just, we all got problems. We all got issues we dealing with. You don't know when you can trigger a person. I've said over and over again, I really need to talk to my therapist about why I am so upset about Tracy calling that little girl a bitch and a whore, and she was being prostituted on YouTube. There's some things that people take as a violation, like a gang violation. And when you violate the laws of the gang, you get your ass kicked. I ain't start making these damn videos until I saw that girl spew that hate out of her mouth. And she don't have kids. I got a kid that I didn't have. And he got 1,000,000,001 disabilities. And that's why I don't like Sean taking advantage of disabled children, calling them little motherfuckers. And that's why I don't like Club Chat, because they're women. I don't know how many kids, who had kids, who was in a foster home, who was mistreated as a child, but now they grown ass women still carrying what happened to them as a child, with one foot in the grave, and they still holding on to what happened to them as a child. 7 Star story is totally different. It was malicious how it was put out there, but she was warned. She was warned. I'll never forget sitting on that live, and she told 7 Stars, "You next. Keep talking shit. You next. You next." Now everybody said it was public record, and like 7 Stars said, "So what did you want to do? Embarrass me?" That was family business. That was family business. It did not embarrass me. That's something that happened in my family. I had nothing to do with that, but she scarred from it. And I think that's just I don't think they have a heart. I think like they do. Miss Olivia, you're right. Somebody put batteries in their backs. And they just go. Keep a diary. Use your phone to take pictures. When you go out of town or in your city. So when you get older and you show your kids how much this city has changed, or the city you live in, instead of using your cameras to take pictures of people's feet and their homes and where they live. Told you my 16-year-old, when he was just there, and somebody did a dox and went to the man's house, him and two of his friends, and the boy thought he was Superman and kicked in the door. Didn't know it was a family barbecue going on, and the motherfucker got shot in the back of his head with a double-barrel shotgun. So that means he didn't have no back head. He lasted for about a day. But because my godson was there, because he was there, he got football years. 53, 5'3", 53. He 20. On good behavior, well, shit, he was in solitary confinement in juvenile system before Obama made the law that you can't put juveniles in isolation. And then when he got in Cook County with grown-ass men at 17, he had to fight grown-ass men. So he was in isolation there. That because he got heart and he can stand. He don't do 10 toes down. He do 2 feet down. And he throw them paws. And he make them knives. And they look at him. And they done already gave him a name. He got clout. He got clout up in there because he's so little. But he ain't no little punk. He already knew the streets before he got in there. Watch your circle. Stop using that word friend. Like people misuse the word love. Everybody ain't your friend, especially on YouTube. It's a virtual world. It's just like my son upstairs playing those damn games. If you like YouTube, you would love the game SimCity, where you can build your own city. You can be the mayor or the governor of your own city. Play that. At least you learning how to budget, how to run a city, what needs to be paid for, what doesn't. At least it's educational. But for you all that say, you like the information, I'll give it to you as long as you want it. In the meantime, it's going to be 90 degrees and there's a flying monkey in my city. Along with a bunch of people on drugs. So, I gotta pack a damn taser. Because in order to get birds to stop flying, you gotta tase their ass. And then when you get them on the ground, I gotta walk with this. I can't, I have to conceal it. If I ain't walking with that one, I gotta walk with baby. I gotta walk with baby. This is what I gotta walk with. I keep my own people off of me. My own. I gotta walk with baby to keep my own people off of me. I hope that if the police stop me, they give me enough time to pull out to show that I'm legal. And not just start bang, bang, bang. Because they see a gun in my hand. Where I'm trying to show them, here, I am legal. I have a loaded gun on me. I know enough police officers. That's another thing. When you get stopped by the police, black young men, do not get out of your car. Roll the window, anybody black, roll the windows down. Stick both of your hands outside the window. Stretch your arms until your hands can be seen. When the officer comes up to your car and asks you for your driver's license, your registration, and your insurance, which are 3 things you should always have in your car, and say you have it in the glove compartment, or you got it in the middle console, or you got it over the sun visor, ask permission. This is where it's located. Is it okay, or would you like to get it? Because every shooting here, when they stop somebody, they always say the person was reaching for a gun. And it turns out to be a cell phone or some other type of shit other than a gun, and you got a dead person on you. It could be your kid. Like they shot this boy across the street from me, reaching for a cell phone. I'm going to get some books so I can be ready for the mosque tomorrow. Meet with the sisters. If you ever want to eat some good, fresh, homemade wheat bread, fresh vegetables, nothing but a vegetable sandwich. Oh my goodness. And y'all laugh about those bean pies. That's the most protein you can get. You can laugh all you want to about the brothers selling bean pies. But when you taste one, I bet you'll be back to get another one. And the brothers don't carry guns. G's don't bother them. They respect them. So Fabe did her news last night. What happened during the week? I just did a summary of the temper tantrum I had. Explain the reason why I can't stand Sean. Explain that people should not get on here and give false information. That at least when they end their videos, they should recommend that you pick up this book, you pick up this book, you pick up this book, and you study for yourself. I can't say they telling lies. I don't know what they trying to prove. That all of a sudden they're speaking on obeys and different rituals and cultures. I don't know. I don't know if they've ever been to any South American country. I don't know if they have been in contact with a real shaman. But never stop reading, never stop questioning. Question the question, the question. Rewatch The Matrix. Remember, it was written by a black woman. The message was to black people. The red pill. Neo was given a choice. Are you going to take the red pill or the blue pill? The choice is yours. The red pill, you will see. You will see that you're living in a world within a world. You take the blue pill and you'll continue life as you know it. I took the red pill. Take the red pill. Decalcify. Diet properly. If you have to lose weight, do it slowly. Do it with exercise. Make sure you're getting all your vitamins that you need. Oh, and for people that buy food from Amazon, who owns Whole Foods, they just had another recall on some poison food that they selling. Personally, I don't buy food and have it shipped to me. I really don't like Grubhub and all the rest of these things, especially when they showed that man drinking out of somebody's cup of soda before he got to the house. Yes, I call it soda. I lived in Missouri for enough to where I know pork is pork. It's pork there. So, peace and love to y'all. Enjoy this hot day. Don't let these crazies get up under your skin. If you're in Chicago, look out for flying monkey. You know they just found an alligator here. We're going to have to capture it, put it in a box, and mail it back to Sean Bradley. We must, else we're going to be invaded by flying monkeys. But I think the cost of living is too high here, because they got to keep up their dues. They got to keep on super chatting people that he wants to get his claws in, like 7 Stars. He wants to send them to other people's platform and give out money. And then if a person says anything wrong about him, then they get in their feelings. But he'll sit up and say, I don't need a motherfucker. I don't need a motherfucker to windmill for me. You bitches out here y'all I don't know what's going on. Is it because I closed the bank? Because I said the bank is closed? That ain't nobody getting nothing out the bank? Is that why you bitches are mad? So y'all gonna have to work double time. I was trying to help y'all out. I was gonna let you go back to Sean, but I was trying to help y'all out so the bank can be back open, so people that are homeless in club chat, you know, the cane, can get them a little spot, and they don't have to live in domestic violence home or in shelters. I just had to throw that in. But enjoy your day. Peace. Assalamu alaikum. May Allah hold you in His greatest of favor. Amen.